Apparently, even Fox News is getting sick and tired of the fact that Republicans in the House of Representatives have done absolutely nothing since regaining their power when the new Congress convened in early January. In fact, Fox News host Jesse Watters took a couple of moments this past Friday to call out those Republicans for not only not working, but also for the fact that their investigations so far have been massive flops. So take a look, Fox News host Jesse Watters getting annoyed at his own party for pretty much not doing a single thing in the last 2 months. Here he is.
Where are the bombshells? Have the investigations even started? How about what did you know and when did you know it? It's a good question. Where are the smoking gun documents? My producers looked at the House schedule, and the House has only been in session for 22 days this year. They spent 4 days fighting over the Speaker, and so really they've only had 18 days of real work. In February, they worked 8 days. Guys, I know that's a short month, but it's not that short. If their schedule holds up, this isn't even a part-time job. We're paying these guys almost $200,000, and they have a lighter schedule than Biden. We ran the numbers. Biden has worked more days than Congress. So what did we get so far? Well, all we've gotten was an investigation into George Santos's tall tales, right? Oh, and don't worry, the House Ethics Office is also working on figuring out if AOC may have broken a rule for that Met Gala dress.
Well, there you have it. Jesse Watters unhappy about the lack of bombshells from all of these hearings. Or are you even doing hearings? Jesse wants to know, which of course, that's a disingenuous statement to begin with, considering the fact that he knows they're doing investigations. He's just trying to downplay it to his audience and be like, well, I mean, yeah, but they're really not even working is the problem. They were only there 8 days last month. Even Biden worked more days than that. Okay. But again, when they have been working on those 8 days for February, they've been having hearings. I mean, Jim Jordan recently had a hearing on the weaponization of the FBI, where he brought in 3 former FBI agents, called them whistleblowers, but it turns out 2 of them were paid by Trump ally Kash Patel. They all 3 were spreading conspiracy theories, including about their own workplace, on social media. So his big hearing to explain why the government's targeting conservatives was a massive failure. Not even just a failure, it was a huge backfire on Jim Jordan. So Jesse, why didn't you bring that up, right? Why didn't you mention, like, not only is there a lack of bombshells, but you're clearly trying to stack the deck and then you're fumbling the cards all over the floor? I mean, I think that would have been a more apt description of what's happening with these Republicans in Congress. But when they lose Fox News, they lose the Republican base. Now, I'm willing to bet Jesse Watters understands after his little, diatribe there kind of went viral on social media over the weekend. I think he knows at this point that he made a big oopsie and that he shouldn't be saying things like that because people on the left will take it and run with it and highlight it even more than social media did. But that's what's important. He knows Republicans have done nothing. And if he conveys that to his audience and gets the whole dang country saying Republicans have done nothing, that's not going to bode well for them in next year's elections. Republicans had already admitted this time last year, 6 months out from the midterms, they admitted publicly that if we spend all our time doing investigations, the public's going to turn against us. 1, because they knew their investigations weren't going to turn up anything, and 2, because they knew that the public wanted action on a certain series of issues. I talked about a poll last week that shows that most Americans, including a majority of Republicans, do not support these ongoing investigations. So if you're going to run investigations that people don't want, at least you give them some bombshells to make them think, oh, okay, maybe it was worthwhile. But as Watters pointed out, these Republicans can't even do that. And instead, they appear on the few days that they have worked to just be digging their own electoral graves ahead of 2024. One of our sponsors today is Fume. Fume is on a mission to accelerate humanity's breakup from the bad habits that consume far too many of us, like ones that harm our health. Fume is a natural diffusive device that uses plants and behavioral science to help you trade out your negative habit for a positive one. Fume is not a vape. It's a non-electronic device designed to transform your negative habits. Instead of pods filled with potentially harmful chemicals like a vape, Fume uses cores infused with plants like peppermint and cinnamon for delicious, natural flavors. Fume's new version 2 model is snappy and tactile. With an adjustable airflow dial and a magnetic end cap, your fingers will always have something to do. I'll admit I was a little skeptical before trying Fume, but I've loved it. It looks awesome, fits right in my pocket. The feel, the flavor, the whole experience is very enjoyable and familiar. The easiest way to stop a bad habit is to switch to a positive one, and Fume is designed perfectly to do just that. It's Fume's goal to make switching easy and even enjoyable. They have thousands of 5-star reviews from people just like you who've successfully switched when other solutions just didn't work. Head to tryfume.com and use code ROF to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. The Journey Pack comes with 3 unique flavors and the new version 2 Fume to help kickstart your positive habits. The link is down below.